Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's Friday night.
All right.
Ooh, how's everybody?
Not too bad. How about you? You too, Papa.
Everything is cool on this end.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm glad it's Friday, for real.
I know that's right. It's been kind of hot and sticky all week.
That's the way some of us like it.
Okay. I'm not messing with that, Redwine.
Just saying. I'm talking about the weather, the humidity.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's why we need cool drinks to cool us down. We got one coming up tonight.
Okay.
Nice, refreshing one. Mm-hmm. You guys ready to get started?
Oh, yeah. We're ready. Fire it up.
All right. We got a lot going on tonight. All right. Our hot topics tonight. Georgia activists seek to remove Stone Mountain. Really? Also, members of Congress got PPP loans faster than most small business owners. And also, Trump says U.S. will review the university's tax-exempt status. Our Hit It and Quit It headlines tonight. We got quite a bit tonight. Target shopper wearing a $40,000 Rolex destroys face mask display. Also, Black Lives Matter mural painted outside Trump Tower in Manhattan. Woo-hoo. Police are looking for 2 white people who painted over a Black Lives Matter mural. Okay. Also, the Supreme Court deals Trump defeat for his tax return. Also, West Virginia mail carrier pleads guilty to changing absentee ballot requests. And Karen Act would outlaw false racist 911 calls. Our cocktail of the week, we're going to refresh your palate with the Ginger Kiss cocktail. What's popping with Poppa DD as usual? Our weird news, we're going to lighten it up, of course. Japanese theme parks tell people not to scream on its roller coasters. Oh, boy. Also, passenger can't stop laughing at man using underwear as face mask. Okay. And this woman gets paid to erotically sit on cake. Okay. I'm just there with Redwine. Now, do you get it? 11 for the City with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, our Kiss It list, and the last word, of course. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topics. So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee!
I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorites was the, what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the cocktail of the week and sip along with us.
Are there instructions there, too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass?
This is a boomerang.
Well, I got a kinky read over here.
I got the ABS.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week. Cheers!
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Ooh, como te allez-vous?
So, hey, check it out, though.
What you got for us? Hot topics. It's time for the hot topics.
You know what? Let's start off our story here with something really grand. This is very interesting. And I'm trying to figure out, with all the stuff that's going on, and I appreciate the whole Black Lives Matter movement, because it's unraveling a lot of stuff, but it shows me also that people have been living in these shadows for so long and haven't really had a avenue to change it. Now, this topic here talks about Georgia activists seeking to remove what's called Stone Mountain. This is the granddaddy of Confederate monument. Now, apparently, like we said last week, after they lost in the South, they didn't go anywhere, because most of the people who really wanted to be free for real went up north. And they left the people in the South. It's not like they kind of went along and swept up everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you go to war and you win, then you could take over that whatever. If it's a building or a area or gas pumps or whatever it is you fighting for. Like over in Kuwait, we went over there and did damage to Iraq that time, but we left the Kuwait oil refineries all vacant, and now the Russians and the China have gone over there and capped the Kuwait oil fields, and they're protecting it where America can't go in that space anymore. So we went over there fighting, but we never secured what our victors. We didn't take the spoils of our victors, in so many words. Mm-hmm. Now, so what's happening here? In the Confederate South, when they lost the war, the slaves went up north mostly. They got out of Virginia. That was the most infested state of racism in the world was Virginia. Virginia was horrible. In Texas, in Florida, it was just horrible. Where they just, and these are all water countries. Water states. Anywhere you have water, Texas was off the Mississippi. Virginia is off the Chesapeake, and then you got Florida, which is off the Atlantic Ocean there. And so any place you have water to bring people over from wherever, whether they came from the Caribbean or Africa or whatever, that's how they... Anyway, Stone Mountain is a Confederate memorial, which is often called the granddaddy of all Confederate monuments. It's once again at the center of an ongoing debate over a symbol that some see as a shrine of the Southern American heritage, and others see as depicted as white supremacy and etched in the stone. Now, this is in DeKalb County, Georgia, which is in the Atlanta backdrop. Mm. So all them black folks is in Atlanta, and all this is still going on. All right, the fight over the monument, which is located in DeKalb County, Georgia, is unfolding as the U.S. grapples over civil war unrest following the recent Black Lives Matter protests. Cities are being forced to revoke all these dark histories that was put in front of them and all these different monuments that was put around the world after the war, which goes to show you that when they lost the war, for some reason, different people that were doing these monuments, now monuments are made out of, metal and all kinds of stuff, major cement, and back then there was a lot of craftsmanship involved, when you did welding or masonry and all that, it was serious back then. That's why these monuments are so powerful and so strong and so mighty and so metal, sitting on a pile of cement and all that jazz. Because the craftsmanship was there. So just go to show that when the war was over, the people that lost, they said, well, we lost, but we're going to put our heroes out there on display. And nobody seen their character. I guess they were just happy to be free. They didn't give a shit what they were doing as far as the losers. They said, y'all can do what y'all want to do. Fuck it, just stop fucking with me, pretty much. So through many statues of monuments, like they said, were quickly uprooted and placed all over the world from the people down south. But the grand poopar of all of them was at Georgia Stone Mountain, the largest Confederate memorial in the country, which was christened with a cross-burning when the KKK initiated 700 new members in 1948
Wow.
in front of that particular ceremony thing there. The carving of 3 Confederate leaders, which is General Robert E. Lee, General Thomas Stonewall Jackson, and the President of the Confederacy, which was Jefferson Davis, sits 400 feet above the ground. All right, which is larger than a football field. The memorial overlooks an outdoor recreational park and casts a shadow over Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is a predominantly black city. Now, how about that? You got all that major metal, major construction, major cemetery, major carvings with generals that were the most racist on the planet, overlooking, hot Atlanta. Okay, as part of the growing movement, state officials once again facing pressure to remove the controversial carving engraved into the historic monument. But the biggest problem with that there is that these people have gone there, Klan people have gone to that spot and worship it, got married in front of it, done all kinds of things through the years that it's going to be a problem taking that monkey down. So, and it's rooted in some people's families, is very interesting. So if you got any comments on this, you can give us a call at 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
And press 1 and let us know what you think because,
I remember one of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches. He made a reference to Stone Mountain. You remember that, one of his speeches?
Yeah, he did. He sure did, yeah. I really didn't know anything about it. I mean, this is a good history lesson today. If a lot of people didn't know about Stone Mountain and what it represented, it's saying that the KKK aided in getting this done. I guess they put the money up for it, and they probably carved it. So, like you said, they want to have some remnants of, we were here. We may have lost the war, but we were here. So,
yeah. And this is 1948.
That's when when that thing was etched into that mountain.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
They held they were building all along, but in 1948 is when 700 members burnt the cross, kind of sort of initiating it and putting it in, putting it in effect, putting it in business, and it's amazing how in 1948 was a time too of a lot of unrest. I mean, that was long before. Man, you figure if Martin Luther King was born in 1929, 39, 49, 48, he was only 21 years old at the time, so.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
Yeah. So.
But it's interesting to see. I'm kind of looking at the history, and it said it used to be owned by the Venable brothers. They owned the particular, I guess, statue or carving or. They were business. It was a business venture for the brothers, something they did. And then now, let me see who else owns it. The Hershin family owns it. Hershin Family Entertainment. They own it now. So it's like it's changing hands. I guess it's a big deal. But like I said, it's something new to me. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, see, a lot of things, when it has such a reputation or a value, some people can go to a bank and get some type of, what do you call it? Maybe like on a house, you can get some kind of value on it or something.
The lien against it.
Whoever owns it can have a lien against it. Well, that's our shrine. That's where, and they use it as their collateral. It's collateral stuff. But
I didn't realize that individuals owned it. I just thought that it was on federal land or something. I had no idea that was something that individual people.
But I tell you what, I bet you right wing people of that nature, supremacy people know all about it. That's their shrine. Like you say, some people get married in front of it and all kinds of stuff. They treat it like the Martin Luther King thing down in D.C., So it's amazing people's thought process and how long they had to fester in that. So it's kind of scary too,
Yeah, for real.
Scary, it really is.
But this I wanted to add also, this particular family, they own some theme parks and some other tourist attractions. It's called the Hershin Family Entertainment. It's a privately owned theme entertainment company. So, like you said, they probably use this for collateral. Who knows to get the next
And
property,
their money
but,
probably, all their money loops through that, and they preserve that and keep it strong and keep it highlighted, and they put it on sites, and it probably gets visitation every year, just like Graceland does with Elvis Presley.
Yeah, it's definitely a tourist attraction.
Yeah, most definitely,
sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yep, it's going to be interesting.
But they don't have to worry about me coming down there to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, right now.
I move, we knock it down. I move, we knock it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go right ahead, Papa.
Get some people with some jackhammers and get up on that mountain and just brrrr that.
No, we got to do it. We got to do it.
What you going to do, throw some dynamite up there and blast it?
We got to blast that monkey in the middle of the night where nobody gets hurt. Well, nobody get hurt with it, but we do need to blast it down, take it down.
But you know what? On the other side of things, I guess white folks, they're thinking the same thing. That's what they want to do with our shrines, or things that we have up, like Martin Luther King statue and some other things. So
yeah, but Martin Luther King statue ain't been here but 10 years now.
Yeah, and he never hurt anybody.
They ain't never. Well, how long has that statue been here? Martin Luther King, 10 years. This thing's been here since 1948.
Or before that,
right?
40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before that it was blessed in 48. But yeah, but they've gone around down south and just put stuff everywhere. They're like, yeah, we lost, but we got all our people, because Robert E. Lee and all of them. It's almost like they held them to such high regard, they didn't let people
still
forget
do.
them.
That's what gets me.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to understand, like anything else, if you come in second, nobody is chanting your name and saying, "Yay, the second place winner! Let's talk about that person." It's like, okay, you came in second, you didn't win.
Yeah,
nobody's worried about
you. That's right. I know the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but I forgot who they played.
Exactly. It's like, who cares who came in second?
Exactly. Who they play anyway?
All of these jokers came in last. It's like, why are y'all still celebrating them?
Wow.
But speaking of jokers, let's talk about Congress with these paycheck protection programs, the PPP. I said they gave that the right name because there's a lot of PP in this mess. So it turns out that when all those businesses were applying to get those paycheck protection money, when that money became available, turns out a lot of these loans tied back to members of Congress. Now, how messed up is that? Y'all signed off on the legislation to make it happen, and then you're reaping the benefits? That shouldn't even be legal. So it turns out, okay, here's the whole story. Going back to April 5th, 2 days after the Paycheck Protection Program launched, a group of McDonald's franchises that were owned by Representative Kevin Hern, who's a Republican out of Oklahoma, he secured a loan of $1 million, between $1 million and $2 million. Now, you're a representative of Congress, right? Why are you jumping in and getting this money? So that loan was between $1 to $2 million. The same day, a tractor dealership that Representative Vicky Hartzler, who's another Republican out of Missouri, she owns with her husband, they got a loan that ranges between $350,000 to $1 million. Then on April the 8th, there was a car dealership owned by Representative Vern Buchanan, another Republican out of Florida. He became one of the first dozen businesses in Florida to even get a loan for over $150,000 from BMO Harris Bank. Now, that loan was worth between $2 to $5 million.
Unbelievable.
And a second dealership in which Buchanan has a sizable stake, which is in North Carolina. Now, the first one was in Florida. He's got a stake in another car dealership in North Carolina. They got a loan somewhere between $350,000 to $1 million the same day or the day after. Now, remember when people were struggling trying to make sure they had their stuff ready so they could apply to try to help their businesses? This was supposed to help struggling businesses.
Right.
How the heck, see, they getting ready to make me go there. How the heck did these Congress people jump to the front of the line? It's bad enough that they even got loans, but they jumped to the front of the line and snatched up millions and millions of dollars that the business people who really needed it couldn't even get to because they had already snatched it up. This is just, I think back to when Hillary Clinton said the deplorables. These are the freaking deplorables right here. They jumped in on that thing so quick. And to me, that almost sounds like some insider, it's not insider trading, but they had the inside information. Y'all sat there and came up with this legislation. You knew how it worked. You knew when it was going to be available. You knew what you had to do to get it. And then when it went public so that people could go ahead and start applying, you already had your stuff together, jumped in front of the line, boom, bang, boom. You get millions and millions of dollars. And the sickening part of it is that the way this loan works, you don't have to pay this back unless you don't file some paperwork at the end correctly. So they call it a loan, but it's actually more like a grant. So what is supposed to happen is at the end of the loan period, if you file whatever the necessary paper saying that basically I don't have it to give back, then they kind of write it off. It sounds crazy, but that's what Congress approved. Now I'm starting to see why. Basically, Congress just approved to give themselves free money, for those who were involved in businesses and whatnot. They just jump right in and got it. And the problem is that, obviously, this is a conflict of interest for those who did on the Congress side. But because of the way the records and all were kept, there were multiple banks involved in administering these loans. They don't divulge certain information about who got what and when and how much because of privacy issues. So what that boils down to is the public may never really know who got what and how and why and all of that when you try to get like a list. You can't even get that information. So it said that all told, among the 20-plus loans that have been identified as going to businesses affiliated with members of Congress, nearly every one of those loans went before the first round of funding ran dry. So that's what I'm saying. All of them, whoever y'all are, you're on the kiss it list because you knew exactly how this was going to go down, and you basically said, okay, before it goes to the public, we jumping in front and get ours off the top. That's some foul stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All about the money.
Well, it's really all about the connections. If you are right there in the building where the mailroom is, where they're distributing stuff at, you can just reach in and say, yo, hey, please mail that out. Give me that envelope. You ain't got to mail that. Give me that. You know what I mean? You got something to do
I'll
that
drop
day.
it off to them. I'm going that way.
Yeah, you got something to do that day, but you're waiting for the mailman. So you ride around the neighborhood and you find him. Well, at least I do anyway. You find him because I got to catch a train to get out of town or whatever. So I find the mailman, show him some ID, and say, look, I'm expecting a letter. Could you grab me that letter out of your pouch, if you don't mind, for this particular address, yada, yada, yada. But the sad part about it, though, and as everything goes, it's always say, and this too will come to pass. A lot of people who do what they do, but see, and I'll talk about this later on in what's popping. These people that own these dealerships and all in North Carolina, who are their biggest customers? Black people. You know what I mean?
Probably.
They're getting money from the system that taxpayers are paying for to keep their dealership up, where they can just keep selling new cars, flashy cars to black folks. So it's almost like the whole black aspect is being abused because the black people is going to the dealership that they don't even know that belongs to this congressman because his name ain't on that dealership. Uh-huh. The dealership is probably in his daughter's name who's 9 years old, Daphne Chevrolet. And Daphne could be his damn granddaughter, So, and it's oh my God, it's deep.
That was
it is so
slick
deep.
Move the way they did that. That was
but it's your boy too. Don't leave out your boy, the Treasury Secretary. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Mnuchin.
Mnuchin is in it with.
Approved all of
I
this
told
stuff.
you before, Mnuchin, Trump, and Barr. Them three jokers right there are like. They might as well have the movie American Gangster.
Mm-hmm.
They got that whole thing. They got the the heroin with the little devil face on it, selling it to the whole city. They got the whole. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Don't get me
pretty
started
much.
with that. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's all I'm gonna say on it, because that really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, that was deep.
The fact that they did that way, that was some shady.
Well, that was deep that you uncovered that. You know, to know that here's money going to places that belong to Congress, and they ain't saying nothing.
No, they ain't saying anything.
They walk around and damn, they got a check for $1 million.
Oh, I'm sure they were mad that it got out.
Side business. Anyway.
But once they already got it, you know, just like a lot of those McDonald's franchisees, some of them gave it back because you know,
and the Lakers
McDonald's
gave it back. Remember the Lakers got
the Lakers
$1.5 million.
Because McDonald's is not hurting.
Nah.
But some of them, they were like, well, the franchisees, you know, they could use the money and all. I'm like, y'all should have just not even applied. They should have not been eligible. You know, it's like you can apply if you want, but they should not have been eligible. Anyway.
Yeah, good, Ketel. We didn't mean to step on your time there.
That's all right. You fine. That's interesting you say that because I wonder if the McDonald's over here off of this main street where I used to live at, did they get a drive-through? They got that $1 million. They need to put a drive-through in. I'm busting them out. That's the only McDonald's I know that don't have a drive-through. I don't get it. But anyway, all right. So I guess we're going to put those three on the kisser list, Barr, Mnuchin, and Trump, I guess.
Oh, Barr, Mnuchin, Trump. Because you know, if everybody else that they got rid of or fired, them three are like the original members of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? They got, you know, it's Burdine White, Philip Bailey, and what's the other brother's name? Johnson, the drummer.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. You know, you always got original members that are always there. They ain't going nowhere.
The original EWF, huh?
It's because you got to realize it's the money man and the law man, right? Barr's in charge of the whole. He's the attorney general, and Mnuchin
money man.
He's the money guy. He's the one whose name is on the checks.
So what is Trump?
There you
comic
go.
relief.
Trump is the main dude. He's the main dude. He's the Dalai Lama. He's the guy that wears the red jumpsuit to the airport and shit with the red dot on his forehead.
Anyway, moving on. What you got? Behave, Papa. What you got for us?
Well, it's a good segue for Trump. I'm going to talk about him. Trump says U.S. will review universities' tax-exempt status. Now, he ain't going to mess with shit again. Trump check this out. He ordered the Treasury Department on Friday to review the tax-exempt status of colleges and universities following his threats to cut federal funding to schools that do not reopen due to COVID-19. The president's attack on these institutions of higher education comes as they're struggling with how to handle the upcoming fall semester due to the virus. I mean, you don't have anything in plan, but you want us to open. Of course, in a pair of tweets, he said, this is Donald Trump, yeah, boy, I am telling the Treasury Department to reexamine their tax-exempt status and or funding, which will be taken away if this propaganda or act against the public policy continues. I'm like, really? Crazy. So some schools, including Stanford University and Dartmouth College, have announced they're cutting varsity sports programs and staff positions to address the budget crunch. I'm like, wow. Also, Johns Hopkins disclosed in April that it will suspend contributions to employee retirement accounts, cut the salaries of its highest-ranking officers, and prepare for furloughs and layoffs. It's getting kind of rough. I'm like, wow. And Donald Trump, he's on threatening these institutions, cutting their money, so they got to cut their stuff already before, he does it. That's crazy. So Donald Trump is on the kisser list once again. Yeah. So guess we have to continue to follow this story and see what happens. So that's my story on that crazy stuff.
You see where he said he got the Treasury Department to look into there again. That's what's his name? Redwine? Mnuchin.
Mnuchin.
That's Mnuchin, the money man. Anything Trump want to uncover financially, Mnuchin is a Treasury Secretary. He has access to everything and everybody. Anybody gives Trump a hard way to go, he'll tell Mnuchin, pull up their IRS records. What they worth, what kind of money they got, where they live, where was their last paycheck. They can track you all the way back to your last paycheck.
Yeah.
Wow.
He told Mnuchin, sick him.
Yeah, I see. That's crazy. So we're going to continue to follow this story. I want to see the end result. But, my thing is if you're going to open so early, you need to have something in place, a plan. But if you don't, then, you're just going to open and people going to get sick. And you have to reclose. So,
right.
like I said, we'll see. We'll follow it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord, they always conniving. That's all I can say. Conniving. All right, well, that wraps up the hot topics. Ooh-wee. All right. I need some ice. I need a beverage. So, can we just take a quick break so I can go and get my glass together?
We sure can.
All right. We will do that, and we will be back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines on the other side of the break.
Girl, what are you using on your skin? And your hair looks so thick and beautiful.
I've got a secret.
I know you're going to share it with your girl.
Well, just between you and me, I found a new product that makes my skin glow and my hair fabulous, too. It's bull semen.
No bull. Stop playing.
For real. Bull semen gives me this glow and keeps my skin nice and soft and feeling good.
Where in the world did you get bull semen?
From a bull, of course, but only my distributor knows for sure. I can hook you up. Check it out.
Bull semen is great for your hair, nails, skin, and everywhere else where it doesn't feel right. Just warm the tube of bull semen. Put on some Barry White music. Massage the tube using slow circular motions. And when the semen comes out of the tube, put some in your hair, on your nails, on your skin, and wherever you want. Before you know it, you'll be glowing. Your hair will be growing, and your friends will want to be knowing.
I'm ordering my tube of bull semen today.
Order 2. I'm almost out.
Bull semen. Do not use internally, or pregnancy could occur. And we're not responsible for that. Order yours today. And that's no bull. How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof. Because as Moore said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Comment allez-vous?
Ima.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's jump on into these hit and quitters. I got the first one, I see.
Okay, go for it.
Well. Tarjay, shopper wearing a $40,000 Rolex, who cares, destroys face mask display while Costco shopper protests mask policy. Come on, y'all. The founder of an Arizona public relations firm recorded herself now destroying a face mask display at a Target store on Sunday. In the video, a woman identified as Melissa Rain Lively, who also is the CEO of the brand Courtesan PR, pulled the mask off the display of a Scottsdale store in explicit field wear. She did not immediately respond to the U.S. Today's request for comment. Finally, we meet the end of the road, she said, in the video as she starts pulling masks off the display. The video of the woman pulling masks down, shared by Twitter users, has been viewed more than 8.5 million views as of Monday. And a second post sharing Lively's now removed Instagram post of the police talking with her has over 3.5 million views. They're talking with her. They're not arresting her. They're talking to her. So the woman in the Target video claims that she's wearing a $40,000 Rolex watch. So what? Immediately, store leaders attempt to de-escalate the situation, but given the guests' continued behavior, the store team called the Salt River Police Department for support. Target statement said, we provided local law enforcement with video footage and will continue to provide any information that can be helpful to the investigation. Now, I didn't see anything in that particular article about they arrested her. They're talking to her. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
And she didn't get punched in the face either. She didn't get punched in the face like a lady at the airport either.
Yeah.
You know?
What's her name? We put her on the list.
Yeah, she's another privileged character.
Melissa Rain Lively.
Melissa Lively. That's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So why
That's
was
crazy.
there an issue? Why was it even mentioned about her Rolex? I didn't hear.
Because she wanted to let people know that she wasn't ghetto,
right.
and I'm wearing a $40,000 such and such, and I'm CEO of such and such,
but
and I'm this
had
and
no
that.
relevance to what happened.
Well, like I always tell you, and I repeat it a lot on the show.
The privilege.
Did you remember what I said about? Remember what I said about white folks? How they believe that the one that got the most toys wins.
Yeah.
That's their backdrop. You know, they always. That one girl, she got stopped one time. What was her name? The one girl, I think she was in Recreational Park or that show. Remember the cop stopped and she said, "You know who I am?" Remember her name?
Oh yeah, was that Reese Witherspoon? I believe it was.
Do you know who I am? Well, fuck, I don't know. You drunk, bitch. Who the fuck who you are? Shit, you know what I mean? You drunk now. Yeah, but
they always do.
Everybody apologizes later. That's always the fact. Especially when you see yourself on camera like a jerk off. I'm wearing first of all, to say you wearing a $40,000 Rolex, you know how many knockoff Rolexes are out there? She could have got that joint for $1,000. Who you? Come on, who you fake? Who you trying to?
You know,
and first of all,
and who cares?
Who gives a damn about a watch when it comes to your watch? Is your own personal preference. What you wear on your wrist is what you particularly like. Just because you're wearing a Rolex doesn't make you special. Not at all. I mean, please.
The two things that mess with me is she was taping herself, destroying this particular display, and the cops were just talking to her. If it was you, we'd be down on the damn ground, handcuffed, with a knee on our neck or something.
Like the black lady at the airport. But see, a lot of them be trying to pose for Donald Trump, being he's the CEO.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
Trump's good grace. Everybody wants to show Trump that they're a true follower of him. And they don't realize he's crazy. He's a crazy man, and you're trying to pose in front and act out for a person who's already a jerk off his damn self. And once he leaves out of office or what have you, his life's gonna diminish so fast. He's an older man, probably wearing a damn Depend, dripping out of his damn penile. Who knows? He's older, so he probably got shit going on. Ain't no telling, man. When you get older, please, you getting up in the middle of the night you pissing 9 times with that prostate start acting up. Anyway.
All right, hit him and quit him.
Yeah, let's hit him and quit him. Anyway, let's see. This one here, Black Lives Matter, a mural was painted outside of Trump Tower. It was painted, or I knew it was meant to be painted.
Yep. Okay,
city employees began painting a sketch of Fifth Avenue, a stretch of Fifth Avenue, just in front of Trump's organization headquarters on Thursday morning, which was yesterday. Mayor Bill de Blasio authorized the street yellow mural earlier this month. All right, New York's mayor rolled up his sleeves and he painted a bit of the mural as well too. All right, he was clad in a mask and flanked by civil rights leaders and Reverend Al Sharpton. Sharpton said, "Fuck it, give me a brush. Let me put some yellow down on this motherfucker." Donald Trump said they would be, what do you call that? Denigrating the luxury of Fifth Avenue. Let me tell you, and then de Blasio and Sharpton said we're not denigrating anything. We are liberating Fifth Avenue. We're uplifting Fifth Avenue, de Blasio said on Thursday in response to Trump's tweet last week criticizing de Blasio for disrespecting what he calls his area. Okay? All right, he called the words Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate and suggested that police officers would block the work. Now, the police officers work for the fucking mayor, okay? So maybe our great police who have been neutralized and scorned by the mayor who hates and disrespects them won't let this symbol of hate be affected on New York City's greatest streets. Spend this money fighting crime instead. This is Trump's words now. He's telling, first of all, the mayor, who is the boss of the police, who is the boss of the police commissioner. The police commissioner works for the mayor, who oversees the police. So you're going to tell the boss of the police, you're going to tell the police what not to do as far as their boss is concerned. That man has lost his damn mind. Okay? That's like telling one of your cabinet members to pull rank on you. How's that possible? You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, the moral mark of the second time the word appears in the large letters outside one of Trump's homes. Washington's mayor, with a term painted, she painted the same thing on right by the White House. So they're all in support of just making this a global situation, which is a good thing, you know. So we'll see what happens, because you know I'm sure some one of them right wing people gonna come in and pour some black paint over top of it or something eventually. We'll see what's up. But anyway, so it's out there in front of the wow.
Trump power. But
but Trump don't own the street. The one thing you don't own when you own property, you don't own the street. You own the pavement to the curve, the grass on it, but you don't own the street. Never. So
I'm sure he thinks he does.
Mm-hmm. But I'm curious to know, how do they determine where they're going to put Black Lives Matter? That's interesting. But
that was on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Well, the governor said, Governor Cuomo said, I'm going to put it right in front of Trump's house. So I don't know if that was a fight or what, but
who cares?
That's what he said he was going to do. And
ain't nobody mess with your building. Nobody mess with your parking lot. Nobody mess with your payment out front or anything. It's in the street.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Well, along that same vein, not long after a California community completed a Black Lives Matter mural on last Saturday, a white man and a white woman arrived to paint over it.
Oh, geez.
Here we go. A woman wearing a red patriotic T-shirt and flip-flops began painting over the yellow-lettered mural with black paint. This was Saturday in Martinez, California, and you could see it on YouTube because the man who was with her was recording it. He had on a red Trump T-shirt that said 4 more years. So he's out there recording her doing all this painting over the Black Lives Matter. So you hear him on the video saying, we're sick of this narrative. That's what's wrong. And the narrative of police brutality, the narrative of oppression, the narrative of racism, it's a lie. So a bystander who could be heard arguing with the man off camera, they were asking him what was wrong. So that was his response to saying what's wrong. And the bystander told him, this is racist, what you're doing. So residents from Martinez got a permit from the city to paint Black Lives Matter mural on July 4th. So now they got the approval to go do it. And the police are now looking for the unidentified man and woman seen in the video. So they were saying it appeared that the couple came to the mural with cans of paint and a roller for the specific purpose of vandalizing the mural. So.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What's wrong, Bob?
Wait a minute. If I come to rob a bank, right, I ain't got but so much time to get my ass out of that bank before the police show up. Okay? Now, if I come to paint over top of a mural and I got sticks and rollers and paint and you know all the stuff it takes to prepare for paint, people always say that whenever you painting is 80% preparation, okay, and 20% work. You painting only 20%. When you put brush to paint, you've already prepared for that stuff, putting up paper and tape and edging and you know what I mean? So for them to stir the paint and pour it in the thing, and all that stuff took time. Now you're telling me the police could not show up there in the time of that, if somebody called the police and then they say we're still looking for them, when the video, I saw the video, that shows a clear shot of them. What about facial recognition that identifies people immediately?
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
Why are we still looking for these people? What kind of crop was that? Them people, they was able to identify the man during the Rodney King situation. That, remember Reginald Denny in the red truck?
Yeah.
Remember they stopped him on the corner?
Out of the truck.
Remember they pulled him out of the truck? They was able to identify by video the guy that pulled Reginald Denny out of that truck. So you're going to tell me that you couldn't get these two white folks in broad daylight? In broad daylight, you're going to say, we're still looking for the people? My ass.
Yeah.
You got I'm sure they left their material with them, and if you got paint on your fingertips, don't you think you're gonna leave some fingerprints somewhere? Hell, you already got the damn paint on there. I'm sure they touched something.
You're making too much sense now, Poppa DD.
I'm sure they touched something and left a fingerprint. This is a bunch of bull, man. Everybody's in with everybody. The cops, just like Martin Luther King got shot at their what was that, the Lorraine Hotel?
Oh, yeah.
Right. There was no firemen or police around at all. Martin Luther King could have very well bled to death that day. He could have just bled to death because nobody showed up.
Well, the man in the red shirt that was doing the videotaping is heard repeatedly saying that all lives matter.
And he's even talking.
Yeah, he's talking.
You got his voice, you got his face, and now you tell me you can't identify him?
And the bystander who was seeing all this was saying, well, you know, the whole thing about calling these white people that act a fool, calling them Karen or Chad or Becky, you know, those kind of names. So she was referring to these two white people as those names. And he's saying all lives matter. And the female bystander, you can hear her saying, until black lives matter, no lives matter. So this altercation went on for about 5 minutes with several other bystanders now interjecting and asking what's going on, why are you doing that, you know, painting over the mural and stuff. And by the time the police arrived, the man and the woman with the paint were gone.
Yeah, sure they were.
So police are looking for a Nissan pickup truck with the word Nicole painted in silver, which was provided by one of the witnesses who said they saw the word Nicole on this Nissan pickup.
And nobody got their license plate. So whatever happened to the paint, the brushes, the cans, the sticks and all?
I guess they put them in the pickup truck.
For somebody to paint some, like, okay, you was able to take all that stuff away. And how much was they able to paint out of a whole word black light? What they get the B paint over it? What they got the B and the L?
They just wanted to vandalize it, so.
The B and the L.
Yeah, they got the B and the L.
The B and the L, yeah. And after that, I think they left. But, you know, my thing is, and you want to videotape it. So, like you say, probably Trump's coons again. They out there doing their thing. Yeah, because, you know.
Yeah, but you're trying to impress.
We love Donald Trump.
But Trump don't give a damn about you like that. I don't know what makes you think Trump care about y'all like that. Trump knows that y'all ain't nothing but some poor white trash, and that's why he got to keep talking to y'all every 3 months at y'all little towns so he can keep y'all interested, because he know y'all ain't doing nothing else but sitting around drinking Budweisers and popping oxycodone. He want to get that vote before y'all all kill yourselves. And all y'all acting like y'all trying to support him, stand behind him. He's our man. And please, they ain't got nothing. Like I said, when Hillary Clinton called them, what she called them, deplorable?
Deplorable.
She should have stuck with that. She said, yeah, well, if you don't vote for me, you're deplorable. She should have tried to sound just like Trump sounds. Strong, ignorant. Just like him. I would have battled him just like he battling her, the way he was calling her and talking about everybody. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. You got to come out arguing. And I think Biden will do that up against Trump. Biden's going to, you know, because Trump, you got to hit him with his own medicine. Because as soon as he see you backing down, because he got Barr behind him, he got the money man and the law man. As long as he got, what's his name?
Mnuchin.
And Mnuchin can look at anybody's taxes and tell Trump about it. But you can't look at Trump's taxes. How about that?
Yeah.
But he got the tax man that runs Internal Revenue.
That's a good segue.
That's
a good segue. I'm getting ready to get into that story, Papa. Thank you. The Supreme Court deals Trump a defeat holding demand for his tax returns. They want to see him now. So the Supreme Court dealt a defeat to President Trump, 45 on Thursday, by rejecting his claims of presidential immunity, and upholding subpoenas from New York prosecutors. That's why his ass ran down to Florida. He wanted to have his residence down in Florida. And one of the most anticipated rulings on presidential privilege in years, the justice, by 72 votes, ruled the nation's chief executive is not above the law and must comply with the legitimate demands for the grand jury in New York. Yes, thank you. It goes on to say, in a second ruling, the High Court also, by 7-2 vote, temporarily blocked subpoenas from 3 House committees on the grounds that Democratic lawmakers failed to show how decades worth of Trump's financial records were needed to formulate new legislation. The justices sent those cases back to lower courts, giving Trump a partial victory. So that's why he got that little partial victory. But Supreme Court says otherwise. You got to cough it up, baby. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm glad, finally.
I'm curious about what's in it, that he is so determined to not allow people to see. I'm like, you must have some hellified stuff in that return that you are fighting this hard to keep people from being able to.
He's probably not consistent. Probably lied. You know, he's lying to get more money or whatever, or not be taxed on what he should be taxed. It's just a big fat lie. That's what it is. That is it.
I believe it.
So,
Well,
we'll
see. We shall see. All right, Poppa DD, what else you got for us?
What, I got to go again?
Oh, you thought you didn't have to work tonight?
Y'all ain't paying me enough up in here. All right, let's see here. This
Take it up with the union.
West Virginia mail carrier pleads guilty to changing absentee ballot requests.
Oh, boy.
What? Wait a minute. Okay. All right, Thomas Cooper, a 47-year-old mail carrier from West Virginia, pleaded guilty on Thursday to one count of attempted election fraud and one count of injury to the mail after admitting to changing 8 primary ballot request forms with black ink, the New York Times reported. According to the report, Cooper, who held a U.S. Postal Service contact to deliver mail in Ongo, Riverton, and Franklin, changed the political party on 5 different ballots of request forms that was tampered with from Democrat to Republican. This would have caused Democrat voters to get ballots for Republican primary candidates. Now, how long has that been going on before he got caught? All right, yeah, that was kind of interesting reading right there. But anyway, the clerk spotted the changes and contacted state officials, which prompted an investigation. The state's attorney general office then contacted the voters involved, who admitted the fact that they were definitely Democratic voters, and that's when the guy was charged with that. But like I said before, when you get caught with something, how long have you been violating? You know,
how many other times?
They got him. They got him with 5, and then what other postal people are doing that? Anybody that's in a position to do that is doing it completely. I mean, just as a blatant level of cheating, which is obvious now, which goes to show you how this is going on. Because people know that deep down inside, population is everything, And the way that you combat population is with oppression. And this is their scheme of doing things. And I just think that people of color or people who are stark Democrat voters need to get together and they need to put together a coalition that can be solidly clad. Because back in the day with Martin Luther King, when they did the bus strike and all, they were prepared to walk to work. You know what I mean? So when stuff is adverse, you got to be prepared to do it. You can't, if you're going to bypass the carrier, then you got to go straight to the post office. You know? And just like these little complexes that have the little mailboxes outside the complex, little square box where everybody shares a mailbox, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got your little key and you go in there. I don't use them damn things at all for outgoing mail. They got a little slot there that says put your outgoing mail here. My ass. First of all, the little hole is too goddamn tight. You know, you could barely fit mail, and plus the hole ain't got no hair around it, so I can't find the hole nowhere.
Oh,
but what I'm saying is the fact that, you know, I take my mail. I take my mail to the post. I take my mail to the post office. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I have put him on the kiss it list. Thomas Cooper for election fraud.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
But
that's just crazy.
I did want to add one thing, and I think we had talked about this once before. I sent my ballot in through the mail, and the way that that envelope was, they had you to have to sign it, and I think that was the only thing on the outside, but it was on the envelope. And I thought, what kind of harebrained stupidity is this?
Exactly.
To where my signature now is going through the mail system. Somebody could take that and do something. You know, it's like, now you got my signature. Why isn't that on the inside? Why is any information on the outside of an envelope?
But this guy only got caught with 8 ballots. You're not going to tell me that's all he violated.
He
got caught with 8 ballots. He got caught with 8 that day. That man probably did about 500.
Could be. What you going to say, Ketel?
When you go into and vote, there's the procedure I went through. Like you said, I signed some papers or something, put it in one envelope, and then had to put it into another envelope, which had no information, my signature, nothing on the outside. And then another thing happened when I got there, because, you know, they were saying because of coronavirus, you can go anywhere to vote, but I went in my district. They had that I had no affiliation, that I wasn't Democrat. I said, y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass, because I know what I am. That's a lie. So I had to go through another process and fill out some paperwork. I was like, come on, y'all. I said, I've always been a Democrat, and that's what it is. But I had to go through that procedure, fill out some more paperwork.
Right. But see, this whole thing with this story about that mail carrier, this is the kind of stupidity that fuels the ignorance that Trump is talking about, saying how voting by mail is going to open you up for all kind of voter fraud, and that's why it shouldn't be done. And then you get some idiot like this. He's going to ruin it for everybody.
Yep.
And then the next thing you know, they're going to say, okay, well, everybody's going to have to come down to the poll and stand in line 6 feet apart. So, you know, those lines are going to be going like halfway across the city if you got to stand in line 6 feet apart.
Right.
Come on, y'all.
But I think at first the absentee ballots were people that were of certain ages and that weren't able to get to the polls. I think that's the main reason why they were doing it at one point. But it's like everybody don't want to stay in the line. So, you know, everybody has gotten on the bandwagon and sending it through the mail now.
Yeah.
But, you know, so it's a whole.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be. I think even if Trump lose, he will never concede. He will fight it. He will fight it till 2021. I don't think they're ever going to get him out of that White House. I just think it's going to be so ugly. He's so arrogant and so bullish and got so much going on right now. I don't think he's going to surrender that power that easy. I believe he's not. I think it's going to be so ugly. They almost got to take him out in a straitjacket. It's going to be crazy.
Well, that can be arranged.
But
no problem.
It can't either. Because Mooch and Barr is there with him.
They can all go.
If he becomes president again, if he becomes president again, they're gonna riot. And I'm going in the lowest part of my house. I'm going to the damn basement. I'm gonna live there because I can't go through that. They're gonna riot like
it's gonna
crazy.
Be ugly. It's gonna be ugly.
I do think it's gonna be crazy. All right, I got one more hit it and quit it for you. Remember, I was just talking a few minutes ago about how white people, particularly white women, who call the police on black people just doing regular stuff, they tend to call them Karen. Well, now somebody has introduced some legislation called the Karen Act to deal with that. It's a brother named Shaman Walton. He's a member of a California City Board of Supervisors. He's proposed the Caution Against Racially Exploitive Non-Emergencies Act, which the acronym spells out Karen. He proposed that at a board meeting on Tuesday of this week. And, of course, like I said, the term is used on social media for white women who target black people or people of color for engaging in regular everyday acts. So recent examples include the white woman who called the police after being asked by a black man to leash her dog in New York Central Park. And then there was the white couple who confronted a Filipino-American man for writing Black Lives Matter in chalk outside of his own house in San Francisco. So the Karen Act will make it unlawful for any individual to contact law enforcement solely to discriminate on the basis of a person's race, ethnicity, religious affiliation, gender, sexual orientation, or gender identity. The bill would work alongside a proposal by California State Assemblyman Rob Bonta to make discriminatory 911 calls a hate crime. So if it becomes classified as a hate crime, then that I think is like a federal penalty, when you get into the hate crime. So it goes on to say, if you're afraid of a black family barbecuing in a community park, or a man dancing and doing the normal exercise routine in the bike lane, or somebody asks you to comply with dog leash laws in the park, and your immediate response is to call the police, the real problem is with your own personal prejudice. So currently, California law considers false police reports a misdemeanor or a felony. But this does not include those who make calls like described in the Karen Act. So we're going to see what happens with this. They're saying that a caller could be sued for up to $10,000 in damages, and those who violate the Karen Act would also be liable for no less than $1,000. So they're going to hold it for 30 days, and then there'll be a public hearing with the Public Safety and Neighborhood Services Committee. And if San Francisco Mayor London Breed signs the bill into law, it could take another 30 days to go into effect. So I hope they get it, because people have been doing way too much with that stuff.
That's my girl, man, London Breed.
So it's going to be worldwide, or it's going to start in one particular city?
Well, this is in California, particularly in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They're trying to get it passed there, so no, it's not worldwide.
She was part of the mayor meeting that night with
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the mayor.
5 mayors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy, she fine as hell too, boy. Shit, I'm gonna fuck around.
I appreciate what she's been doing for the city.
I appreciate she give me a date one night. She fine as hell, man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That wraps up the hit and quit it headline. Papa trying to get a date with a mayor.
Yeah, you want to take a little CC, or you want to keep moving with the cocktail?
If you're ready, we can go right into the cocktail, and then we can take a break, and then come back with Papa and what's poppin'.
Oh, okay. We need to splash this cocktail on Papa and cool down a little bit over there.
Yes, please do.
Y'all my doctors and
yes.
Yep.
Y'all got it.
Check
y'all
this
gonna need
one
some
out.
radical
This one's called
brothers
the
at the
ginger.
bar.
This one's called the Ginger Kiss Cocktail of the Week. And we're going to start with the habanero pepper, a ginger root, gin of your choice, lime juice, and simple syrup. So you're going to take a slither of the habanero pepper, just a slither.
Just a slither.
That's it. You're going to take 2 slices of ginger root, and you're going to muddle that into a glass until it's kind of fine. Then your gin of choice, which mine is Bombay Sapphire. You'll take 1.5 ounces of the Bombay Sapphire. Or if you want a stronger drink, you can go all the way up to 2 ounces. Also, lime juice, 0.75 ounces of lime juice, and 0.5 ounces of the simple syrup. So we're going to shake all of that together. And then we're going to, with ice, we're going to shake it vigorously. And then we're going to strain all of that in a martini glass. And we're going to top it off with a ginger slice. And that is your Ginger Kiss cocktail of the week.
Ooh.
You can cool down with that.
Kiss.
that pepper will cool
down. I think I want to dance. Ow! That's a tasty one. Thank you, Ketel.
You're
All right,
welcome.
Cocktail of the Week is brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Woo-wee. Man, just a sliver of jalapeno.
The sliver.
I mean, not jalapeno, habanero.
Yeah, jalapeno might be cute too. Yeah, your pepper of choice.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that, Ketel. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Poppa DD and What's Poppin' on the Pajama Party Show.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
Now she gonna sing.
What number to call?
Yeah, call us at 914
803
803
4306
4306.
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about and come up with a new subject of your own.
We're here from you.
We're liberal, we're easy.
Eastern Time.
Eastern Time, we're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock on the West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains? Or in the,
Yeah, 7 in the mountains.
Around
8
Michigan.
o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that, we're like an hour back.
Yeah,
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 CP time.
CP time, 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It's 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye. All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for What's Poppin' with Poppa DD. Woo! What's poppin' tonight, Poppa DD?
Man, I tell you what, there's a lot going on. And the one thing that I want people of color to step into is step into the zone and no fear. Don't fear anything. Fear stuff while you're in the moment. I wouldn't even say fear, but recognize stuff while you're on your job. Be cool. You try to be diplomatic. See who you're working with and who they are. Because the one thing white folks do is always tell who they are. If you can't see they ask for who they are, then you a blind motherfucker for real. Because they'll show they true shit big time. But if you're so busy trying to kiss their ass that you're not seeing what they really bring to the table and how fucked up they really are, then you're a blind-ass Negro, okay? You need to open your eyes a little stronger and see what it is you're dealing with. Because they put their obvious shortcomings, their fears, their anxieties, they put that right in your face, right in front of you every day. And for you to be so busy trying to kiss their ass and emulating them, you missing the message that they're bringing across. And I see it all the time. I saw a black lady on this show, what is it called, Entertainment Tonight? One of them Hollywood shows with the different, and they're talking about Friends, the show Friends. And she's on there talking about the different outfits that the girls was wearing on Friends. Now, the flip side of Friends is that the show didn't have no Negroes at all on there. That show was white as white could be. And Jennifer Aniston, she used to wear some of the nicest shoulder strap dresses. And then on the Legion time, she would wear the tight dresses. And then the other girl, what was her name? The one that, the other chick.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, she was just a poor white trash straight up. She would wear the jeans, just regular jeans, but they made an emphasis on it. She would wear the high jeans that would come up to your navel, and she would wear those so elegant and so cool. And this was just regular clothes they was wearing. And this is a black fashion designer complimenting a white-ass show of Friends on what these girls was wearing. This shit wasn't special. It was just outfits that they picked off a wardrobe rack in the back of the fucking studio. This shit wasn't special. But she's talking about, the elegance of Jennifer Aniston and wearing this and wearing that. I'm like, wow. damn, girl, you're a black designer, and you're going to critique these white folks on a show that had no Negroes, but you're going to give it hype like you're going to give it an 8-minute segment on Entertainment Tonight acting like that show was the shit, only because they trying to come back in a reunion. Now, remember, that show was making about $400,000 an episode. The cast members, remember, they making that big-ass money. Most of your shows usually make like $8,000 an episode. People from Family Matters and the show with remember the little guy, Gary Coleman and all them, Different Strokes and all that. The average money per episode was $8,000 to $10,000 an episode. Friends was making $100 fucking grand per person because they had all the connections, you know. Along with the other show, the show 90210 with Aaron Spelling and all that. These jokers is making $80,000, $90,000 an episode when the people that was in your little black sitcoms was only making $9,000, $10,000. They're making 10 times more the money. And there was no black people on it. 90210 and Friends. And they're making 10 times the money. And now you're going to celebrate them like a comeback is something we really want to fucking see? How I want to see a comeback of a show that didn't even feature no black people? What the hell are you coming back to? You might as well take that down like you took the damn monuments down of the Confederate fucking soldiers. What's the difference? What is the difference in a show? And that wasn't that long ago. How long was Friends ago? 20 years? And Swimmer and all them, they still young. Jennifer Aniston is still young. Hell, I still tap that ass. She still look good. She's still young. You know, so, you know, I mean, so if they were depicting racism with young Jennifer Aniston, who's still not even, what is she even 50 years old? And you're supporting that like it's such a great show that needs a comeback, and you was exuding racism at that particular time? And now you want to bring it back as a reunion. Oh, the reunion of Friends. That's like the reunion of Jerry Seinfeld. Another show that was full of, and white folks used to watch Jerry Seinfeld like it was, they were dedicated to that shit. I mean, years ago, they would come to work and say, oh, my God, you see Seinfeld last night? Yeah, they had you see the thing when it was, that's all they do. And now they're making Seinfeld references. You talk to white folks sometimes, they say, oh, yeah, that's like a Seinfeld episode. Remember he did the dog with the tree in the house with They got like an inside track of that shit. That's how deep it was and how deeply rooted that stuff was. It was straight white humor. And then you got Jerry Seinfeld, who was the direct opposition of Bill Cosby. He was fighting Bill Cosby to get the rights for the reruns to be on TV. So hell, when Bill Cosby went to jail, Jerry Seinfeld was fucking loving that. Because TV ain't got but so much space left. You ain't got but so much time and space on a network. So if you get rid of Bill Cosby, you don't get, what was that show called? The Cosbys? Mm-hmm. If they don't get their syndication on there, and Seinfeld able to get his on there, then his people get residuals. I feel so bad for the Cosby kids because ain't none of them getting no residuals. And you got all them people. All the people that, Tempest, you got, what's the girl? All of them, Felicia Rashad and all them. But them Seinfeld people, they remember that guy that cursed at the comedy show? Mm-hmm. What's his name? The one that
tall, skinny
the guy that played that stupid shit. He calling people niggas right there on the stage because they didn't laugh at the jokes. He said, man, you ain't funny. He said, fuck all you niggas. I don't need to be here. I'm making money off the show, yada, yada. I'm like, wow. So I'm just saying all that. I'm just saying, you know what? In closing, I'm going to say that racism is right in front of your ass. Keep your mouth shut, black people. Open up your eyes and your ears and see what the hell is going on in front of you, because it is right in front of you every single day. You ain't got to search for it. You ain't got to look for it. You don't need no damn hound dog to find it. You don't need to smell nobody's sweater to follow the smell. That shit is right in front of you every day. So keep it out. That's all I got.
Right in front of you.
Right. That was a good one, Papa. But I did want to update you on the Cosby. It's back on TV One. It's been back on for a few months. Yeah. I
on
think
the Black Channel.
This year.
Not on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Seinfeld is all over everything.
They're still getting their coins.
That's right. Right, as long as it's getting syndicated somewhere.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know it was back on again.
Seinfeld, he's all over the goddamn place. You know. Yeah. But I appreciate the update on that. That's good.
No problem. I'm curious why nobody touches Martin. Because Martin, he's rocking and rolling. He is on every night. So.
Oh yeah, they couldn't.
That never goes away.
They can't mess with him. Because he had a whole level of humor that he didn't play with nobody. He was like, "Yo, get out of my way. I'm doing my." Plus, he's like me. He's in Aries. Aries is crazy. Don't fuck with Aries. People Aries too.
People in high places, so they don't want to f with him. Yeah,
that could be.
Oh yeah, you hanging out with Will Smith. You're right.
All right.
There you go.
It's time to
lighten it up. Yeah, I know. Y'all downplay my shit. We lighten up.
No, ain't nobody downplaying.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm just saying, you put such a heavy load on your
Poppa
mind.
DD is so radical.
You get so heavy with it.
He's so radical.
Ain't nobody say radical. I'm saying you get so heavy with stuff. We got to bring it back to make it light again.
You gonna bring it back to
me? Lighten it up. That's all.
All right, y'all soft. Y'all foot soldiers, but y'all wear soft shoes.
They're okay.
Y'all wear Stacey Adams. I need somebody to wear some combat boots up in this joint.
Okay.
You and Ketel wearing Stacey Adams.
I'll order some next week. All right, let's go to the weird news. I got the first story. Japanese theme parks are telling people not to scream on the roller coaster.
What?
Yeah. Newly reopened theme parks in Japan are asking their riders not to scream on the roller coasters as a means of preventing the spread of coronavirus.
Oh, my God.
The rule against screaming, along with mask-wearing recommendations, is included in the guidelines issued by the country's theme park associations, and most parks are following suit. While the masks are worn by many, park-goers have been struggling to comply with the no screaming requirement as they take on drops of hundreds of feet on these roller coasters. So at the Fuji-Q Highland Theme Park, complaints prompted CEO Daisuke Iwata and company chief executive Koichiro something to post a video demonstrating how is this done, that you ride the roller coaster and don't scream. So the video shows the two suited executives soberly hurtling along on the park's Fujiyama roller coaster without screaming one time. The video reportedly ends with the message, "Please scream inside your heart." So the caution modeled by the Fuji-Q executives has caught the public imagination. A social media trend has emerged in response of people taking on the serious face challenge, filming themselves trying to get through the roller coaster ride without screaming. So there you have it.
Wow. I guess they're going on Twitter and all that and challenging people.
I guess. Trying to figure out how can you film yourself on a roller coaster. I know when I ride a roller coaster, I'm hanging on for dear life.
Right on.
I cannot imagine that I have a free hand to hold a camera. So unless they have a GoPro or something, I don't know how they're doing it. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Over to you, Poppa DD. What you got for me?
Looks like a passenger can't stop laughing after spotting a man wearing underwear as a face mask.
Oh, boy.
Following warnings that this is over in Dublin, Ireland. I've been there. It's a nice place. Following warnings that Ireland's R number rose up to 1 or just above, health officials urged the public to follow corona guidelines. Despite the warning, one person has been seen wearing what appears to be a pair of underwear as a face mask on the busy Dart rail system, which the Dublin Live reported. Dublin Live is a newspaper and news group. The photo was taken on the Dart heading from Hortho on Thursday at 6 p.m. with passenger Seeley Brady joking, "Why bother wearing a face mask when a pair of underwear would do the job?" He told the Dublin Live news guy. Nobody said anything to him. Not many realized he was wearing underwear on his face. And I can't stop laughing under my own mask. I thought he was joking, just by a proper mask. The man was continuously laughing because he realized, that he was wearing underwear. Nobody really noticed it was underwear, but it was underwear. Face covering on public transportation is mandatory in the Republic of Ireland. Earlier this month has also been in England and Scotland for a number of weeks. Okay, it comes as 23 new cases of corona was confirmed in Ireland, and 65% of those are directly and indirectly linked to travel. So, this man put a pair of drawers on his face. I don't know whether I don't know how he did it, whether or not the ball compartment or the ass department was covered in nose. I don't know, but whether it Brees boxers, I don't know what he was.
I guess he figured, look, I got my face covered, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see a woman wearing a piece of a bra with face covering. So hey, what the hell?
The cuff? Right. She must have used the cuff for the bra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was the cuff. Yeah. So well.
What's her mouth?
All right.
Oh my God!
Y'all gonna give me the crazy one here. This woman gets paid to erotically sit on cakes. Okay, let's get into this. What kind of cake? I guess she's on the kitchen list. Lindsay Dye has a lot of jobs. She's a cam girl, a sex worker, an artist, and in a role that combines all of those jobs, she's also a cake sitter.
A cake sitter.
You may be asking, what is a cake sitter? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. People log on to Dye's chat room and pay money to watch her bake a cake and then erotically sit on it. Okay. Dye first began her career as a cake sitter when someone asked her to sit on and crush her cat. Oh, Lord, what is wrong with people? So she said, of course, I didn't do it, she said in an interview for the latest episode of D is for Desire, the HuffPost Love and Sex podcast. But I was interested in learning, is this a troll or is this an actual fetish that can figure out and delve into and somehow satisfy this person without sacrificing my own beloved pet? So I guess he switched over the cake. That led to her to another fetish, splashing, which involves people covering themselves in food. Okay. Like baked beans or whipped cream for the sexual pleasure of another person. Splashing or wet and messy play doesn't involve hurting animals. And Dye saw the potential for taking something innocent and meaningful to many people, like cake, which often accompanies different occasions and making it the star of the webcam show. Okay.
Wow.
Yep,
okay.
You got a cake again. Yep, I don't think so. Don't want no cake. No time soon.
Yeah, that's definitely going to play back in my memory next time I see somebody with a cake talking about happy birthday. I would be thinking, like, I guess that's the kind she would be sitting all over.
Lord have mercy. Everybody got their own fetishes, I guess. Yeah, remember the movie 9.5 Weeks when Kim Basinger was messing with the food? She wasn't sloshing around in the food, but she used it as a, sexual thing. So.
Okay.
You haven't seen 9.5 Weeks? Check it out.
I just wouldn't think that, cake would be a sexual thing, but I guess everything is. I don't know. For some people, everything is sexual.
I know.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps up the weird news. Thank you, Ketel, I think.
You're welcome.
Oh, boy. All right. Where are we going next?
We're going to take a little CC and come back with you, Ms. Redwine. I'm just saying.
Redwine,
okay. We can do that. All right. Well, let's do that. We'll take a break, and we're coming back with me. And I'm just saying.
Me? I thought you were French.
Oh, moi.
Moi.
Yeah. Pardon.
She's French on her own. She must not be fucking with a French guy.
Late Night Adult Talk Show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on ours or your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It List. and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It list, hit us on Twitter at Pajama Party and use hashtag #KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hey.
Hello.
And
Hey.
Redwine.
Bonsoir, everybody. Comment allez-vous?
Oh, okay.
I was jamming to that last commercial break.
Iman.
Somebody was playing that saxophone. All right, it's time for I'm Just Saying. And let's see, where are we? I'm Just Saying, right here.
On you.
I'm just saying, my topic tonight is I'm just saying, now do you get it? If you've been in contact with your state lawmaker in Mississippi, you may want to get a coronavirus test because they got coronavirus running wild down there. So far, about 1 in every 6 state lawmakers in Mississippi has tested positive for the coronavirus, and that's according to the Mississippi Health Department. And do you know why that is? Because these people refuse to wear masks. And now there's at least 26 of them that have tested positive. I'm just saying, do you get it now? Clearly they didn't get it before, so I'm asking that now, do you get it? This spike in infections follows a busy few weeks that they had in the Mississippi state capitol. Members had been meeting to discuss the state's budget, unemployment, and then in June they had passed a historic bill to remove that stupid Confederate emblem from the state flag. And they had a lot of visitors and people who had been coming to the Capitol to listen and watch, all of their legislative stuff going on. And they were out there to protest too, whatever they were disagreeing to. But they were doing all of this work without wearing any protective face covering or a mask. Now, I'm sure they're not shocked that the virus spread so quickly within the legislature. They know how their Capitol building is laid out. They got on their floor where they work and do their passing bills and debates and whatnot, they got these desks that are all sitting like right next to each other, like an old school classroom, packed tightly together. And the members are gathering, talking to each other, whispering to one another. So you're all up in each other's face, shoulder to shoulder, packed in like sardines in a classroom, and nobody had the common sense to put a freaking mask on. Now they're all acting like, well, how do we all end up with all this coronavirus? Duh. Are you serious? Now do you get it? You got all of that close contact with people. Nobody wants to wear a mask. Why would any rational, sane person, in the middle of a pandemic, no less, why would you be up in an environment like that without protecting yourself? Is it because the leadership didn't make it a requirement? Because that's what they did or didn't do. They didn't have a requirement for it, so they just blindly follow leadership. Or is it because the leadership was too busy listening to non-medical dodo and following his lead? And look at where it got them. I'm just saying to them, do you get it now? Do you understand that masks are not a political issue, but it's a device that can keep you healthy and possibly keep you alive? And now the governor of Mississippi has mandated masks for the 13 counties where the virus is spiking. Now, here we go again. You're going to tell people where the virus is already going buck wild, okay, now I'm mandating y'all should wear masks. Isn't that like the proverbial trying to catch the horses after they've already gotten out of the gate? That's kind of ass backwards. And he's only making the mandate in the counties where the virus is spiking. So I guess they don't think that the virus can cross county lines. Instead of you making it statewide and say, everybody, wear a mask, protect yourself, they're just going to mandate it for the areas where the virus is already going crazy. It just defies logic that people still are behaving this way with this virus. I'm just asking them now, how do y'all think that's going to turn out? You want people just where the virus is hot to wear masks, but everybody else where the virus is not too hot, y'all are cool. Don't worry about a mask. This is stupid. I'm just saying, try listening to the scientists and the doctors instead of these know-nothing politicians. That's all I'm saying. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, do y'all get it now? People are crazy.
Wow.
That's all I got for you. That just seems stupid to me.
Yeah, I agree. Crazy. That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
That's like trying to vaccinate people after they all got the disease. It's like, you're a little bit late now.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right.
well.
Yep.
All right, Poppa DD, we're going to kick it back over to you.
Me?
Yeah. Living for the city. You ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. It's Living for the City coming at you live. It's no surprise. You better open up your eyes. It's Poppa DD. Go for it, Poppa DD. Oh.
Anyway, I heard someone say how the public schools, how Donald Trump was going to hold back on the schools and the colleges if they open up as normal. I mean, there was a book out with Donald Trump's niece who came in hard on him. So hard that when he was holding a press conference in the White House, when a CNN reporter mentioned, "What about your niece's book?" he just got up and left because he couldn't, because sometimes family issues hit the heart. You know what I'm saying? There's two things we have in our life to handle things in our life, and that's our head and our heart. You know what I mean? Some things you handle with your head when it comes to bullshit friends or mediocre friends. You can handle this situation with your head just by talking shit back to them like they talking shit to you. You handle it with your head. But when it comes to family issues, for some reason, that shit go right to the heart. You know what I mean? That's why when you argue with a family member, brother, sister, whatever case may be, sibling, cousin, whatever, it can get heated. It can get vicious because it hits the heart, because family arguments and squabbles, and I'm from a family of 9 brothers and sisters, so my shit is times 3. We got a regular damn baseball team, and we have an older family. I mean, my oldest brother is 75 years old, and my youngest sister is 53, so we old as hell. So, and I'm somewhere in the middle, like number 7 in that clan of 9. So, when you argue with the family, that shit can get deep because y'all are so deeply rooted, and you want to be precautious because you don't want to beat them up too much because it's your brother, your sister, but you also know that sometimes you want them to know how you feel, but then they could throw some shit back at you. They can throw a curveball at your ass, which you don't give a fuck, because if you pissed off at them, you don't give a fuck what they say about you, because if you're the aggressor and you've been shitted on the hardest, it's always the person shit on the hardest is the one that got the most to say, basically, because people beating you up, so you're defending yourself. You don't care what people are saying about you. But all I'm saying is that the heart goes to the family argument. When you're arguing with a family member, you always got to go with your heart, because it's where it is. It's connected to mom, dad, and grandparents and everybody, So it's it's a blood argument, you know what I mean? So you got to keep those family arguments at a minimum, because usually a family argument will end up with the fucking police coming. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Because it gets deep. Not so much on a violent level, but on the emotional level. And if you're an emotional stable person, you could do it. But then other people get involved. You could be arguing with your brother, for example, and all of a sudden one of his children get involved, his son or his daughter, and they're jumping your ass. Well, stop yelling at my father like that. And you want to tell your niece or nephew, well, he was my fucking brother before he was your father, so shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother, goddammit. When me and my brother first was connected as brother and sister, your ass wasn't even born. So get back in the scrotum sack where your ass belong and shut the fuck up, okay? So, that's what you want to tell your nieces and nephews sometime. Back the fuck up because you too young to really know what the fuck is really going on between me and my brother or me and my sister. You know what I mean? And it's so interesting. And I deal with that every day with my family because we have our situations where drugs came into play and stuff like that. And I speak open and honest because that's the level of the black family today. We have been depicted by so much shit. If it ain't drugs, it's domestic shit, people's husbands or wives, the influences of our brothers and sisters who they've been married to, who they were dating, and that fucked their head up, and their children. And that may have fucked their head up. And nowadays, when you get older, you get over 50 years old, sometimes you don't even recognize your brother and sister because they're a whole different motherfucker. You be like, damn, where's the motherfucker we were playing together when I was 14, you were 16, or when I was 21 and you was 25, and we had love for each other as brothers and sisters and friends and confidants and all that. But now that we're both 50 years old or 50 and 60 years old, your wife done fucked you up so bad, I don't even recognize your ass no more. You've been dipping, dabbing in drugs, you're a part-time piper or a part-time pill popper. I don't even recognize you as my brother or sister no more. And that's where we are, and as a family goes today. Everybody's doing their thing, but they don't realize that the reflection on the family is really deep because that's where it all comes back, where the chickens come home to roost. So when you look at a family member, the one thing you want to see with them, and you'll see is pretty obvious, is when they don't exude the same shit that your mother and father has exuded in all of you. When you look at a brother or a sister and they're acting fucking crazy, you be like, damn, you are not the motherfucker that mom and dad raised, because where did you lose your head? That's why I always say, and I'll close on this, always remember that God has presented life to you for you to live to its fullest degree. If God has bestowed life on you, don't let anything or anybody pull you out of the life structure that God has put forth in front of you, the red carpet that God has laid for you to walk on. Don't let anybody, husband, wife, children, friends, or nobody. You can deal with people, but don't let anybody step into the truth that you possess. If you're paying a cost to be the boss, if you can afford the path that you're walking in, then you walk in that shit. And you tell people to walk at bay and cater to your ass. Now, if you're depending on people, that's another situation. Now you need motherfuckers. But if you got the pot to piss in and you got the fucking window to throw it out of, then you don't need these motherfuckers. So always understand that. If the situation is you don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, if that's not your situation, then you got the pot and you got the fucking window. So live your life strong and just deal with people according to your own standards. And just, don't be so hard and vicious like I'm talking, but know that you're paying the cost to be the fucking boss. So handle your shit. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, now. Pay the cost to be the boss.
All right.
I'm going to have to go get my wallet. I'm about to pay the cost.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Be the boss up in this Mickey flick.
Pot to piss in, window to throw it out of.
Oh, I got to have all that.
You say, I got my pot, motherfucker, and I got my window, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, hey, I'm just
y'all
saying.
Been off the, wait a minute, y'all been off the chain tonight, baby.
I'm just saying, damn it.
Hey, that's my line.
Yes, that's Redwine's line, but hey.
Hey.
Family is a monkey, right? Family is a monkey, ain't it? Family is a mofo. I got 9 brothers and sisters, man. That means 3 elephants, 3 lions, and 3 fucking giraffes, man. I'm gonna shut up. Okay.
All right. Well, let's head on out to the West Coast and get the entertainment update from Ketel.
Come on, Papa.
Wait till you do your thing.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All righty. We got some controversy right here. The country band formerly known as Lady Antebellum is suing a blues singer, Lady A, to share the name. Ain't gonna happen. A dispute between the country trio formerly known as Lady Antebellum and the Seattle blues singer currently known as Lady A has taken an unexpected and unfriendly turn. As you know, Lady Antebellum is a white group, and this Lady A, she's African American. So, Lady Antebellum, they're saying after much personal reflection and band discussion, prayer, and many honest conversations with some of their quote-unquote closest black friends and colleagues, they decided they want to drop the Antebellum and just be, Lady A. But it's a 61-year-old black woman, her name is Anita White, who blasted the country group in an Instagram post the day after their name change announcement, saying, how can you, say Black Lives Matter and you put your knee on the neck of another black artist? All right now, I know that's right. So, they're going back and forth, so we're trying to figure out who's going to actually get the name. And she's had the name over 20 years. And they were represented as Lady Antebellum. Now they want to drop that because of what's going on in our society now. But, you need to check and see if that name's been taken or not. A Twitter user, Robbie Starbuck, he said, Lady Antebellum decided to change their name to Lady A because they're now woke, only to find out a black artist already existed under that name. So how they're suing to use the name anyways because they couldn't come to a deal with her. What kind of shiggity is that? So, they got a lot of Twitter people tweeting saying that this is unfair, So, but we have to follow that to see what's going to eventually happen on that. So, good luck to Miss Lady A that has the name for over 20 years. So, good luck to her. Also, comedian Ricky Smiley, teen daughter Erin is beyond grateful to be alive after a shooting. Ricky Smiley's daughter, she got caught in the crossfire. She was going to a neighborhood store, and she just got caught in the crossfire. She had to have several surgeries. Yeah, and unfortunately, he can't go to the hospital because of, COVID-19. So,
right.
He says she is recovering after having a second surgery on Tuesday. So they post a lot of stuff on Instagram, so they just let people know. And she just had she was celebrating her birthday on Sunday. She just turned 19.
Wow.
So, it's crazy, yeah. So our prayers go out to Ricky Smiley and his family. Also, Halle Berry. She apologizes and backs out of a transgender film role following a backlash. She apologized because she was going to do a transgender role, and a lot of people on Twitter, here we go again, a lot of people on Twitter was like, why is this female doing a transgender role? Why can't a transgender do that role? So, the GLAAD organization, they responded, says, we are pleased that Halle Berry listened to the concerns of transgender people and learned from them. Other powerful people should do the same. A good place to start is by watching at Disclosure Doc to learn more about trans representation in the media. So kudos for her, So, there's other roles out there for her, so kudos to her. So we'll see.
That's interesting. I don't know why she would have taken that role in the first place when you have transgender actors.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she thought it would be a challenge to take that role, so.
Yeah. But things are a little different right now, right? So, also, your boy Kanye West, he has announced that he wants to run for the presidency. He's gotten support from Mark Cuban and Elon Musk. Oh Lord, please, really?
Why?
And I just don't understand. Billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban tweeted that he would favor West over President Donald Trump when asked if he would support Kanye's run. Lord have mercy. Why? And of course,
why are they entertaining that?
He's trying to divert.
I know. Why are they entertaining him? Just crazy. And crazy Tiffany Haddish, she did a parody West announcement Sunday on Twitter, copying and pasting what he tweeted. A joke, fellow comedian Dave Chappelle will be her running mate. I'm like, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. That would be crazy, right? And one last note, our hearts and prayers go out to the Nanya Riviera family. They said she is presumed dead. She was out on the boat with her young son. He survived. He's 4 years old. He survived, but they have went in the water to try to look for her. But I think they're calling it, saying that she's dead. Not sure what happened, but it was just her and her son out there. She rented a boat. They went on the boat, and he was left on the boat with the life reserve, and they couldn't find her. So she used to play on the show called Glee. So she's had some other acting roles, but that was the most notable one, Glee. So, hearts and prayers go out to that family. So that's my Hollywood wrap up.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh, thank you, Ketel. Well, now we know what's going on.
All right.
My goodness. All right. Poppa DD, can you tell everybody about the world-famous Kiss It list and what that is? We're about to get right into it.
Kiss It list is a list when we stick people up the beehole with a pogo stick. We use Vaseline brand Vaseline. We don't use Dollar Shave Vaseline. And we let them know what they've been doing wrong and how messed up they are, and we got a song that dedicates things to them. And the list of first of all, I want to put that boy Stone. What's his name? What's his first name? Roger Stone. Roger Stone, just like Trump, they both old as hell. They both probably got prostate issues and shit.
Oh,
yeah. Prostate is when your balls squeeze up around your testicles and you can't piss worth for shit. Anyway, but anyway. Anyway, God bless them. They two old asses. They all been gangsters for a long time. They all been hanging together for years, and now they become the damn. It's so sad. They all become the presidents of the damn United States. Really? How do we even put Trump in? Really? Anyway, now anybody who they partnering everybody. He's partnering. So Stone, what's his name? Oliver. What's his name?
Roger Stone.
Yeah, he's about to pardon him. He act like
he already did.
I don't know. Yeah, he can't pardon him.
It happened late this evening.
Why are we wasting tax money on prosecuting these people when you're going to pardon them on the back end? We still got brothers in jail, been in jail 30, 40 years. Fuck him. Anyway.
Okay.
Roger Stone for one. Who else? We got
Bob the Nation. Trump.
Yes. And I've got all the Congress people who took money from that payroll protection program that they should not have had. They're on the Kiss It list. Okay. Millions of dollars. You said Barr, right? Did you say Attorney General Barr?
Yeah, Barr, Nugent, and Trump. Yep.
Yeah.
And I have the underwear man, Brady. His name Brady.
Okay.
Underwear face mask man, and Lindsay Dye, the cake popper. Or the cake sitter.
And I've got Melissa Lively, the lady who was tearing up the display at Costco with the masks.
Okay.
And we've got the Black Lives Matter paint vandals in Martinez, California.
Right.
Those
Thomas
people.
Cooper. I had him down there too. Thomas Cooper.
Oh, that was the man with the election fraud who was changing people's thing from Democrat to Republican.
Right on.
Let's see. We have anybody else? You got anybody else, Poppa DD?
Yeah, that the people who oversee that damn what's it called in Georgia? The
Stone
Mountain. That family has been supporting it, overseeing it. The Klan, they held their big celebration in 1948 to certify it. They burned a cross on front of it and made it solidified as their chim. It's almost like their, what do you call that, Mount Rushmore.
Uh-huh.
You know? Anyway.
Yep, they're on the list too. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody. We have a special award this week for everybody on the Kissing list. And here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, my darling.
All right, my last word is, what I emphasized earlier. Just stay strong in your own spot. I want that really on my tombstone. Stay strong in your own spot. God has dedicated a spot to you. He's dedicated a time frame to you. And try not to let anybody, family, friends, or whoever, disrupt your own movement. Pay the cost to be the goddamn boss, okay? Be strong in your own spot. Stand for what you believe in. And if people get on your nerves or they just disassociate yourself, back off and move on to something else. There's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of relationships out there. Move on. If something gets too hard, move on. Don't hang around bullshit because you can only correct shit for so many times, okay? So remember that.
All right. And my last word is, please do not listen to politicians to give you medical advice. Listen to the people who actually went to school and studied this and in most cases know what they're talking about. People like Dr. Fauci and other scientists. Wear a mask. Protect yourself. When you go around other people, it doesn't matter if you're the only one that has a mask. Protect yourself. Let them be the fool that gets coronavirus. That's all I'm saying. Protect yourself.
All right. Well, my last word is these people out here that acting a fool as far as, painting over the Black Lives mural and the lady with the face mask, don't give them no power. Don't even look at that. Don't even, don't give them the power because that's what they want. Because she got that many people that was viewing that video. She videotaped herself, and then on top of that, the cops didn't do anything. They're talking to her. What kind of BS is that? But don't give them the power, because we truly have it. So just stay in power. That's my last word.
All right. Power to the people. All right. Well, we're going to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to get on out of here. Probably got some rallies to go to. Go see where the marches are tonight. So let's say good night.
All right.
And make a move. Say good night, Papa.
Good night, everybody.
Say good night, Ketel.
Good night.
And this is Redwine saying bonsoir. Till next Friday night. We'll do it again, 9 o'clock Eastern. Check us out at apajamaparty.com for this episode and others, and for the cocktail of the week. And we'll see you again next Friday night. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Put on the party.